You're always ready?
Always,
Okay.
always prepared.
Okay. All right. I never am. That's why I never have something clever to say at the beginning.
Or at the end.
No, yeah, yeah. So actually, yeah, that's actually that makes us a very good pair. So you're always prepared, and I'm never prepared at any point in time. Let's see.
Hi, YouTube is taking a while. There we go. Hello, everyone.
Mm-hmm. Howdy, Adam. Welcome to this here episode of LangTime Studio.
No. Just no.
In this one, y'all might could oughta. Don't have anything to follow that up with.
No, you don't.
Ooh, last class of the semester. That's
Ooh,
something.
It's exciting.
So auf Deutschland, wir haben sehr kurzen Klassen. Is that right?
No, they start in October. Usually mid-October is the start.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like,
it works out really well.
Okay, but then they have to take Silvester off. I learned about that in my German class. My textbook that was from the early 1980s suggested that it was a big deal.
Maybe. No, but I mean, you get like a winter break in the middle, and so you get exactly a winter holiday in the middle. And so it's almost like you get, instead of one long summer, you get like a month here, a month there, and a month there throughout the year. So you end up getting the same amount of time off, but they spread the goodness around, and it's really quite lovely.
So let me just I want to get this out there just so everybody knows. You know that the 7-day week, I mean, it's a fiction, right? There's not a real like length to a week. And so we don't actually need to have a 7-day week. We could have something like a 5-day week with the same weekend. So it's like 3 work days and 2 non-work days, and then just have the entire year be like that. And I think we'd all be better for it. So that's all. Just wanted to throw that out there.
It's just really random, but yes.
Because there have been many societies that have had different week structures, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, and there's no reason it needs to be 7. Just imagine it. That Wednesday feeling you get, that could be your Friday. I don't know.
Right, except I like the 7 because I like 7. That's a good number.
Of course you do.
But we could have a 4-day work week and a 3-day weekend every week, and that would be even better.
Sure. You could also just have 49-day months. Would that please you?
Why, yes, it would. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have Fix Crumble. I like that we're on the same page here. It's not my favorite number, but squared, it is my favorite number. Okay, so we have a poll to announce.
Oh,
and by we, I mean me.
Oh, I didn't. Hold on. One moment. Realized something we were missing. And
what, the document?
Yeah, the document. And so I had to click the thingy and then, oh good, well that wasn't that bad. It wouldn't have shown anything that bad. Okay, there we go. There is our language. What was the name of that language, Jesse? I forget.
I have a choice word for you right now.
Is it the name of the language? Because I'd love to hear you say it. You've been practicing, right?
No. Should have. T'pahla.
That's great. T'pahla. Sounds great.
Okay. We have a poll.
Yeah. Where should I go for that poll?
Nowhere. I'm just going to tell you the winner.
Right. Of course.
Because it was a word for rabbit.
Yes, a word for rabbit. We were doing our word for rabbit. Okay.
And we had some really amazing suggestions, and all of them did get a lot of votes. So there were, just so many good ones, including like compounds like eater teeth or short tail, augmentative of ear. These are all ideas. But the one that won was that the word would actually come from their word for fool, and they would be the long-eared fools. So that's the one that won. And I wanted to read the comment that came with it, because it wasn't just a suggestion. There was an entire comment. And it was that the possums see the rabbits jumping around carefree, completely unbothered by their consciousness and the concept of death. And though this may be a fun term used between friends, the elderly possum would fear death more, and the twins awaiting their performance. So they are envious of the rabbits because they see them as graceful and excellent performers, and this makes them bitter.
That hit on so many things. I thought it was really, really cool. So I was planning to incorporate elements of it anyway. But yeah, that's a good winner, and we will have to figure out how to make that not a million syllables long.
So the word for fool that we need to put in is upi.
Good. Okay, and then its protoform is what?
Very similar, because it's just upe with an epsilon at the end.
Epsilon at the end, thank you. Okay. Let's just, I'm sure that is correct, but let's just give it a quick run through. Yep, upi. There was... Oh no, I remember. No, forget it. Okay. No.
That's good.
No. Do we have a noun that's already input that ends with a vowel?
We have to, because so many of them end in vowels.
Do you say input or inputted?
I don't really say it all that often, so I don't know.
Speaking of things that are said or unsaid, can you say input for me?
Input?
Do it one more time.
God, what did I just do? Input?
Okay, that time you rounded a little bit. But the first time, see, it's just like natural, right? To just not round that vowel, input.
But see, that's why you can never repeat a word more than once, because then you're going to change how you say it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Say Jesse once and that works very easily. Then you start thinking about it and it's like Jersey, Jesse, Jessa, just...
All the pronunciations, those are the ones you're coming up with?
Justin. Here we go. This is the one. Almost.
Oh, I could have been looking. I was just leaving it up to you to look, because I told you there'd be plenty.
Yes, you.
And then I'm completely somewhere else in the document.
That's all right. I'll just dock your pay a little bit. It's fine.
This is my language. You should be doing more of the work.
Got me there. All right. There's. Oh, whoops.
Oh, we're getting some good past tense suggestions. Impot, impotent, impt.
I mean, I thought that's how that word was pronounced as well when I first saw it.
I like it.
Oh, I see. I see. Never mind. Thought you said something different. Okay. This is fool. And we're going to give that a 0-1 there.
I'm curious. What did you think I said?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe maybe that old pharaoh in Imhotep. Maybe that's what I thought you said.
No. Impotent.
How are you not hearing this?
Oh my god. Okay, that's funny.
It's cool being 12.
I am crazy, yes.
What's that song?
Okay.
Oh, Back to the Future. Somebody will put
What were you saying? Sorry.
Somebody will put 2 and 2 together. Imhotep the Invisible. That was Djoser, and Hotep was the high priest of Ra. Okay. But in his heart, he was Pharaoh. Don't limit him. He could be whatever he wanted to be. Okay. All right, so that much is settled, but let's write down...
We have a word for ear, I think.
We do, actually. I just copied it. It was
and so we need long.
Litty. Yeah, let's get to a notes place where we can mess around with this. Oh yeah, we can delete some of these bases. All your base are belong to dust. That was slightly clever. All right, Uppy. Okay, Uppy, Litty. That's kind of funny. Oh, I'm getting an idea. Okay, so what we're gonna do is long, and it's gonna be I guess, right?
It's gonna be what? Oh, for the follower.
In that, not that it was an accident that they have long ears, but it's not their doing.
Intentionally get long ears.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it would be ah.
Yeah.
And we would. Are we gonna stick with having them all? Are we gonna stick with having the adjectives all having noun roots, or are we gonna have some adjectives that are very basic that are just adjectives?
No, I think right now let's stick with... Oh, I see why you're asking that. I want to do nouns.
Okay.
I also want a lot of things, though. I really think that you should learn French fluently and then just speak with a French accent. Like speak English with a French accent.
Yeah, I can't even begin to imitate it now, but when I first moved to Germany, I started speaking German with a slight French accent because I was put in a group. We had like a 3-week language immersion class, and I was put in a group of all French exchange students and me. And so I started picking up how they were pronouncing German. So for a long time, people thought I was French.
Grüß dich. Grüß dich.
And so, yeah.
Ich heiße. I'm trying to do it now. Ich heiße
I'm telling you, I couldn't even begin to like do it now. It was just like, in the moment because I was surrounded by it. So.
Wir haben vielen. I can't think of what they have a lot of. What do they have a lot of? Wir haben vielen. What is the word for bread in German? In French German?
Well, the word for bread is Brot. But I don't know.
Wir haben.
Brot?
No, that was German. So okay, French. Wir haben. No, gosh, I can't. Oh, I lost it. All right, whatever.
You have lost it. Okay. So if you want to stick with nominals, then we need something that is classically long. That would be associated with the quality.
I mean, their tails are long, but it seems like that's kind of a...
Where they live... Because they farm and stuff, right? So, like, they may have things like pumpkin vines or, vines that get rather lengthy. And Evan, they need an a or a ni because of that's how we create adjective descriptions, and we're trying to go for long ear.
Yeah, But to answer his specific question, these terms were modifying the word for language. Language was a noun, so these things were all adjectives. But then they became the short form for the language. So really
Oh,
the
that part. Okay.
the full name for like tapahla is like tongue tapahla.
And tongue is ula.
Thank you, ula tapahla. That's it. Um, and yes, Mateus, I totally understand that because, of course, if I try to speak Dutch, I definitely do it with a German accent because the languages are just so similar that I think that the two look at each other and say, "How can you be?" I just imagine them. That's what they would say. Like,
Okay, so other suggestions for long? Sorry, you were in the middle of a story and I'm
total
just cutting you off.
total odd couple. That's what it should be. Personified German and Dutch, and then it's just a show about them having to live together. With neat German and messy Dutch. Be perfect. Anyway.
Okay, so trunk, river, reed.
Let's write some of these down. Trunk, river, reed, path. We're going to write down tail, and we're going to write down vine. Is there any I missed?
No, not yet. And I want to say, I was going to say snake, but like, I also think that they have other qualities that could be useful as adjectives. So Evan is suggesting a protoform of kishi for whatever is long. Logan says blade of grass. I don't think that'd be long enough though.
It depends the type
of
grass.
When you don't mow it, I mean a weed could be, but that would be tall instead of long, right?
But of course, the first thing that would have happened when they gained sentience is they would have looked at the grass and said, "Well, we need to mow this." Let's invent a lawnmower.
Obviously.
I'm throwing this one on there just because I like the idea, but we don't need to do it. Put time on there.
Going metaphorical. Gotta find where you are because I didn't scroll down.
The yellow N.
Oh, there we go. I'm there now.
Ochre. It's ochre, right? Not okra.
Yeah, ochre, because okra is something you eat.
Ochre from Muskoker.
That would be an okie.
You would know sassafras.
Okie from Muskogee.
Yeah. You assume they have goats? Can anyone truly have a goat? They're their own beings. They're so darling. You like goats, right?
I mean, as much as
right.
I mean, they're cute. Like baby goats bounce, and so that's
they
cute.
do. It's darling.
And so yes. Okay, so valley. What if they used another animal? Like alligators? Do they? I don't think they have alligators there. Because isn't this supposed to be more northern?
Yeah, they're not going to be no alligators.
Something like grown or fully grown.
You gotta think about how that's going to be a noun, but adult. Some other noun that lends itself to meaning grown. Red? No, but they don't have color, so we can't do that.
Right.
It's just dark and light. Ferrets are pretty long. Ferrets are pretty long.
Surely they have ferrets there.
And they ride Komodo dragons into battle.
Venin says ferrets may not be in the possum's range. I'm guessing geographically.
Well, something that's ferret-like will be up there. Maybe not ferrets specifically.
Okay, so from the ones we have here, which ones are you feeling most, or which ones maybe feeling least, so we can delete them and see what we're dealing with?
Yeah. Now I'm really wishing I had followed through on my idea to get a cookie.
You can't leave now, because by the time you get back, I'll change the entire language.
I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so anything you want to delete?
I want to take path off, mainly because I feel like that could be
used.
Associated with something like crushed, or because a path through the woods, it's made because the grass is all crushed down.
It'd probably get used in many other ways as well, so it'd be nice to leave that one open.
And also, I don't know, do they have reeds there? Are they going to see them enough that something, because long is so basic that it needs to be something that they would like every single day be like, oh yeah, that's what I think of it. I think of it as, this big thing.
I hate to say this, but I'm leaning towards river. Hey, Natalie. You give me a cookie. Come on. Be cool.
Cookies do you want?
I want one of those Valentine's cookies you made with the frosting.
Okay, so you want to think, branch.
The reason I liked river is because it's connected to the idea of time, in that it's just kind of keeps going.
And you really want time.
I really like it. I also like vine. I think that vine is the best that we've got of the plants.
Of the plant variety?
Yeah. So I would like to eliminate trunk.
I would like to eliminate tail.
Yeah.
I feel like we can do something else with that.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh. Megan says maybe river can be more like endless, because you're not going to traverse the entire river, right? That would make it long, though.
In Italian, we say long as death. Oh, that's cheery. Yes. Here, you want to say hi? Here.
Hi.
Hello.
You wanna show the cookie?
And then you need to eat it before you give it to your dad.
No, Daddy wants it.
She's looking like, just take one bite.
No, not one bite. Do you wanna take a little bite?
No.
No, you're not feeling cookie-ish right now.
I already like vanilla wafers.
Oh, you will. That's right, because it has frosting on it, you don't like it? But you had so much fun frosting it.
I think I only attempt I like the frosting.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It looks like a very good cookie. And you frosted it?
Oh yeah, Meridian did this one. It's got pink and purple and sprinkles.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Rainbow sprinkles. I thought someone already ate the cookie that I made for you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. That cookie that I draw made out of pink, but actually made out of frosting. And that one where I had two arms and this and then this and this and then like this.
You know.
And
Well,
this
I'm very impressed by it.
and
Mm. I'm enjoying the heck out of this cookie. I'm so glad that I get to eat the whole thing.
And you have an
that-
awesome smile.
And then nobody's going to take a bite out of it. Nobody but me. What? Wait, what's going on? Where did my cookie go? What are you doing?
Good job.
Wait. No! The only reason I wanted it was that I was going to be able to eat all of it. Now I don't want any of it. No. You little rat. Okay. Hop down. I really did want all of it.
Well, then you should have gotten it yourself.
Yep. Okay. Good job, Benin. That's how you do it. You're in Poland? I was in Poland twice in the past 5 years.
Sure.
I went.
I didn't keep your travel calendar, so I don't.
I was in Krakow and I was in what's its place in the middle, Warsaw. But in Krakow they did like a little TV interview with me on this plaza in the square there. And then the next day I was going to the market there, and I was looking for a dress from Meridian, which I got, and it was adorable. But the woman who was selling dresses, she recognized me from the TV.
That's awesome.
That was fun.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
well, I was in Warsaw, and I had some wonderful pierogi. I had also those, those things, the Georgian dumplings, and they were really good. And that Łazienki Palace is, love it.
so I was in Warsaw in 2009
Yeah.
and had some very good food then too.
Did you go to the Łazienki Palace too?
Wait, maybe. Is that the one with all the peacocks?
It's the one that has, well, actually, yes, there are. I remember there was a handsome peacock, and there was a sign saying not to touch the peacock. But where it, like, I didn't go inside, but it was like where it was, there's this big kind of park, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did go there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you remember seeing that there was a stage on the water, a stone stage that they made on the water for, like, performances?
I honestly don't know. This 11 years ago.
Yeah.
12 now, because it's 2021. So almost 12 years.
Yeah, for me it was just 7, so it was like yesterday.
I mean, once it passes a decade, it's hard. Okay, but we did have some other ideas that I wanted to make sure we talked about. Because someone had suggested, Jasmine had suggested that maybe river in the adjective form would be something like forever instead of long, but forever and long could be related. It could also be in its augmentative form, could mean forever. And that would give it the time connection.
Evan is suggesting that ferret doesn't make a lot of sense here, and I think I agree. What do you think?
Sorry, say that again?
I think maybe delete ferret. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I also want to take out adult,
Okay.
because I feel like we could do some other cool adjectives with that.
I want to look. I want to go up again, just really quickly, to where we created ah and ye. Where were they? Where were those little friends?
They were up on like page 3 or 4.
To
like,
leave.
way up.
To leave. Standing and to leave. I suppose. The problem I have with this, and I'm starting to. I'm gonna. I'm gonna throw something else out here. I'm going to throw this out as an option. That it's just a basic prenominal adjective. So, the Hausa language, which is one I'm a fan of, has 12 adjectives. Everything else is derived from something else, like a different part of speech. It has 12 adjectives total. 12 basic adjectives. And it's like 2 of them are big and 3 of them are small. And so it's like you just kind of learn them all and memorize them, and they're all used in the same way. And then any time else you want to describe something, it's a different construction.
So basically going back to my initial suggestion that some adjectives could be so basic they're just their own words.
Yeah, because here's the thing. You made the suggestion, and I didn't want to do it because it would cause, like, extra work and extra thinking. But it didn't mean that it was a bad suggestion. It meant that if we could get away with being lazy, I wanted to get away with being lazy. Because I like to do that, because I'm very lazy. But it doesn't mean that your suggestion wasn't necessarily the best one. You know what I mean?
I think there would be some really basic adjectives that are just adjectives.
Yeah.
I like that.
You have a small closed class.
Mm-hmm. And they are treated differently syntactically, and I think that's good.
So,
I think Alk just created a hashtag for me. Jesse was right 2021.
Of course, shortened to JWR.
Always, yes.
We could also just throw in there just for the heck of it.
Wow. I feel like that's blasphemous. Someone will be highly offended.
Or is it...
I'm waiting to see. Blasphemous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Benin says Jesse is always right. Always. I get 2 always.
Mm-hmm. So, I do want to not sweep this part under the rug, though. So, part of the reason for doing a prenominal adjective was if you have a head final language and you're just slotting everything into the where it's supposed to go slot, adjectives should come first. But we have these postnominal adjective-like postpositional phrases is really what they are. And I was wondering if there was reason enough for putting those postpositional phrases after the nouns they modify while retaining these very old prenominal adjectives.
Yes.
What is the reason?
Because they started life as a postpositional kind of phrase.
And why do the postpositional phrases that modify the nouns come after the nouns as opposed to before them?
Because it was more... Just a second. We had a reason. It was more relative clause-y, like a reduced clause.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
It was like the possum that's standing in stickiness or whatever.
Yes. That was the reason. Perfect. Thank you.
Sorry, Mateus has a better. WWSS needs to be, what would sassafras sass? Oh my gosh. David asked if we could have a small class of adjectival suffixes. And Evan is asking if we can consider a participle, but for this case, we haven't used participles in this way.
I mean, the participles are the same thing, though. It's the exact same construction, right?
Right.
So, like, what would it be buying us? Then we just need to come up with a verb.
And yes, every now and then David needs to be sassed. So I think we should do prenominal adjective.
Okay.
But keep our postnominal phrases.
And lo, they rode into battle to sass those that would be sassed. All right. Let's do it. So, what that means is upilangluti. So, what is that going to be?
Something that sounds good there, so definitely not something that's ooey. Ooey.
Because it could be oopie-doopie-looty.
Oh God, no. No. Take that away, because I don't want that to even be in somebody's mind. So no. Alec is suggesting T-O-N as the protoform. Evan is suggesting Kihi as the protoform.
I don't think I'm going to like that. Let's take a look. Kishi. Nah, it's kind of the same thing.
The people demand ippy-doopy-doopy. It's like the Swedish chef. Oh, they would be called sassers, the blasphemers of justism. Doopy.
On the other hand,
Kushi? Would that be Kushi?
Hey, Jesse. What's your middle name? And so it could be called Jessianity.
Oh my God. Okay. That's amazing. David says something with an A sound, please.
What?
Jasmine says that. I think Jasmine's talking about oopie doopie doopie sounds beautifully foolish. Just make sure you really hang on to the beautifully foolish. And Kix Crumble likes Hushi. Is that Hushi? Is that how we say that one?
What? I'm trying to find it.
What are you trying to find? I'll just tell you.
That word.
The one that you already have typed. K-Y-I-S.
Oh.
Y-I.
Kishi.
Kishi?
No, Kishi.
I don't know why I'm putting a U in there. I'm putting a U in there for funsies.
Kishi.
I don't know. Kishi.
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 Yeah. Should be able to just pronounce that first K Englishly, because we actually palatalize our K's before E, don't we? Like ki?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Evan says kanka as a protoform. Alk says talan, like T-schwa L-A-N.
Hold on a sec. T-schwa L-A-N. Kanka. Let's see what we got here. Kanka comes out as Kanka, so that's cool. And Talan comes out as Klan. Ooh, Hoopy Klan.
All right, well, that has to be it, right?
Yeah, that sounds really good. A little screwy, but...
Ah, no. That's... So Megan says if you liked it, you should put a U in it. Gotta sing now.
What? Oh. That's right. We could have another Kanan in there.
I don't know. Which one do you like better?
I like
Or should
Klan.
we turn it over to the commenters?
I love Klan. I think it's great. But we wanna do this right. Oh my. Oh. Yeah, it's just not gonna let me type B now because it's gonna be cool. You know what? I wasn't gonna put periods, but now I'm gonna put periods. Oh no, not like that.
I like it the other way around.
With a period first? Is that how you make your lists?
Yeah, it just looks pretty cool.
All right. So,
We're ready? Start the voting.
Go. A, B, or C. A is Kishi, B is Klan, and C is Kanka.
I have B and C. Will you watch for A's?
You bet. I like my job better.
Well, especially because you're like... Oh, B or C. I don't know, I think it's going to be... Megan, I swear. Oh, wait, that wasn't you. That was Magpie who did B or C. I was like, Megan, did you just do A and B because you already did B and C? But wrong person. Sorry, Megan. Not yelling. Okay, so I have 13 B's and 4 C's.
I have 4.5 A's, so Klan it is. Excellent. Yeah, I got your 0.5 of a vote, Megan. Don't worry.
Yeah, I thought you were doing something tricky there, Megan. You were trying to cover the bases. I like B and C. And A and B.
Let's do we have a big list of roots we haven't used but might use later?
We do, yeah. And that is a wonderful question. You didn't ask the question, but where they are would be a wonderful thing to know.
Yes.
On page 6. Above the grammar with the red bullet points. It's above that.
Okay, there we go. So get that one in there. And then since these are IPA, there we go. Okay, perfect. And then here. Oh, look, we even called it roots to use. That's cool.
So could have just searched for it. The things we forget that we did to make it easier on ourselves. Doesn't say much. Okay.
Guess that makes Jession.
What?
Sorry, a follower of Jessianity is a Jession.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I do like that. I
Yeah.
approve.
Yeah, that's
As
good.
the leader of Jessianity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know it's still early in the stream, but I feel like that was exciting.
Yeah.
Is it time?
It's time. Yeah. I'm not just doing this because I'm hungry.
Because Meridian ate that bite that would have filled you up.
Yeah, it would have been perfect. Now it's just I'm left wanting more. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, I think I did mine late or early, but
All
that's
good.
okay.
All good.
I tried twice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Jasmine suggested Jesuit. With 2 S's, though.
Oh. Ah, Kopiko, the candy for people who don't like coffee. Mm.
And who do, because I love coffee.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get Kexkrümel to try one. Kexkrümel, do you know what that is? Kexkrümel. Mm.
Mm-mm.
Oh boy, LangTime makes a rap album when?
David will do all the rapping.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, that's an evil laugh. No, just no.
Because, of course, your name would be Sassy J.
Wow. Oh, cookie crumble. Thank you.
Really?
I'm gonna taste.
What's the word for cookie? I thought it was no. Küchen is the word for kitchen, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Küchen.
Mm-hmm.
Kitchen. So what's cookie? It was a Küche. I don't remember. Yeah.
Coffee does taste like it smells, and it's delicious.
No, I'm with Cupcake Parade there. Yeah, I'll never forget the first time I had a coffee, or a drink of coffee. It was when I was 4. And you know.
Sorry, Evan. Evan started a rap for us.
Excellent.
Thank you, Evan. My sass is fresh and my rhymes take flight.
Kuchen cake. Nice. But yeah, actually, I have been mistaken, like, you know, via email for a DJ before, because I often use my middle initial in my email because I can't get any other handle that just has my name in it because it's too common.
So Küche is kitchen, Kuchen is cake, and Keks is cookie.
What do you think? Is that neuter? Ein Keks? Das Keks?
I, like, without remembering, that would be what I would say, but maybe...
It'd be really funny if it was der. Der Keks. I don't know why that strikes me as so funny.
A suggestion for you is the onion obliterator.
Oh my god. It's masculine.
It is der.
It is masculine. Der
So
Keks.
why do you think that's so funny? I don't know, but
it's
yes.
It's like Mr. Cookie.
Oh, you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cookie, and it's got a little mustache.
Do we want to enter
Yeah.
information or write down so we know, maybe get rid of the other 2 suggestions because we don't need them anymore and we'll confuse ourselves later, so I'm deleting them?
Yes. Hi, Kitty Cat. I wanted to put them on the roots to use things so that we wouldn't lose them, but I'm gonna have to come here. Come here. Come here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, there she is. There's my precious baby kitty cat. Oh, there you go, kitty. Oh, no. There's no escape now. You came here and started meowing.
Don't make that mistake twice.
Yeah. Okay, so we can't really enter Tlan yet. I mean, we can enter the noun. Epitlanity. Oh no! You know what? Before we did this, no, I wanted to talk about intonational phrasing. So obviously we know where the main stresses on these 3 words are, but how is this thing? Oh darn it! It was going back, and then I broke it again. Oh,
Did you just like have a fight with your chair for a second?
It just does this thing sometimes where, you know, if I twist it the wrong way, it stops going back, and it did the thing again. Anyway, okay, so the question is, what gets the biggest intonational hit? Oh, there she goes. So thanks a lot, Kitty. Now I don't have a cat to pet, and my chair won't go back. Anyway, so we have right, boop, boop, like that, and we know that the stress is going to be on the is, and so let me think. Estancia gran. What's something? What's something? Anything. What's a thing? Like, it's just dumb, but it's the only thing I can think of. Océano. Estancia gran océano. Okay, where's the big hit there? Estancia gran océano.
Do you want to say what you're doing out loud?
Oh, right. Okay, so in Spanish you can have this, right? In Spanish you can have a modifier phrase that comes after it, where the modifier phrase is an adjective that comes before. Even though adjectives most of the time come after in Spanish, there are certain adjectives that can come before. And so I was trying to create that to, just because I know Spanish, and so I'm trying to feel like, where do I feel like the biggest hit is? Here. And then apply it over here. I feel like this, first of all, so this phrase is the biggest. And I feel like this is the biggest of all.
That's what it looks like. That's what David is saying too.
Yeah.
And there were, I think, a couple questions asking about, don't you have a lever for the chair?
Oh yeah, it doesn't work. I wish I could just pull some of you out and just have you try to fix the chair. It just doesn't work. It's an old chair. It wouldn't be the O in Océano, it would be the E. And that's why the accent mark is there. But anyway, I was trying to think if this phrase could be shortened up. And I don't think so. Every time I lean back, it's going to drive me crazy. Are there any cats around here? Fix yourself. Be decent.
It tastes like your shirt, though.
Thank you. I was just explaining where I got this shirt. I was staying with my cousin for a bit when I taught a conlang class up at Berkeley. And one of the times when I was up there, I guess I forgot to bring a shirt to sleep, and I only had nice shirts, and so I borrowed one. And I really liked it, and so I said, you know, this is cool. And they were like, oh, you can have it. And then I took it. And I can't even find the stupid lever now. It's like the lever fell off. Is it in front? It is in front. Oh my god. Okay. So here's the thing. It's a lever, but it doesn't actually do anything. So it's just there for show, or for annoyance. I would think Tlanluti.
I think you should just stand the rest of the time.
No. No, that's a trick. No. I'm not gonna. Okay. Anyway. So there was no, I think Tlanluti makes more sense. And so that should be it.
And if they said it closely
Or
enough
the
together
uppy.
often enough, wouldn't the in kind of either disappear or get some
Well,
sort of interaction between the in and the L?
well, let's sit a little bit with this idea. I'm going to grab some forms from elsewhere in the dictionary. So we have liti, and then zliti and uzliti. So liti is singular. Zliti is what?
And Evan, we don't want to use just the word for ears because as a basic body part, that like it makes sense for it to maintain some distinction.
I mean, in context maybe, but I like the idea of them calling them the long ears. And yeah, and then uppy could be used for short, or whatever the plural of that is. Is it izippy? Izippy?
Which one, sorry? Oh, for that one? Yeah, wouldn't it be just...
Yeah. I'm going to go...
I'm going to go look at the... Because I think we have another U already. It would be... No, it would be ZG. They're all ZG.
And is. Okay, so that was plural and partitive plural. And then partitive singular is this. Okay, I've pulled out these four forms. We don't care about the other ones, so we don't care about the dual. Because they have things in front of them. And so there would be a time where you had, I forget what the protoform is. I think it's that. No, it's not. It's this, right? The protoform might have this in it. I think it does, actually. No, wait, it might not. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Get the protoform?
All right, fine.
Okay.
By the way, I always imagine...
I'm scrolling.
I'm doing it too. It does
the
have a
protoform
barred
is
eye.
actually the high one, the I, barred eye.
Yep. I like to imagine that Biblaridian puts on this stream, every Thursday, but that what he's doing is actually just folding his laundry and then ironing. So like not really paying attention. Just, puts it on, folds his laundry. Okay. Now, what gives us, it was child, right?
Yeah.
So, question is this far enough back that it was actually this? And did we want to consider this?
Okay, can we walk through?
The idea is if the adjective is modifying what comes after it, then is it fine to just have this? The modern form, of course, would just be, tlan, and then you just modify the noun as you ordinarily would. Or would this have been bracketed like this? In other words, so like long would be applied to child, even though it's the child of the ear. In which case it would require this, meaning that the inflection would go on the front of the adjective and not on the noun. And it's not saying that the adjective is plural or whatever, but the bracketing would be that.
Right.
Now, if this happened sufficiently late, you would just go with this. Because it would be like, this is already so much of a unit that it just doesn't matter. They're not thinking about this as child anymore. It's been semantically bleached far enough that this bracketing up here would be impossible.
So this is really the only reason we even need to consider this is because it is a compound form. Because otherwise, if it were not a compound and it was just like long branch and you're just like out walking in nature and you want to say it's like the partitive long branch, it would be this option, right? Like if you're just trying to say.
No.
So you're saying this is for any prenominal adjective.
Yeah, and it's not unprecedented. So it's like something, if you look at something like Basque, it has post-nominal adjectives, right? And all of the inflection gets put on the end of the phrase. So however long that phrase is, whatever's at the end, that's where the inflection goes. Whether it's a noun or an adjective, you know? And so this is the type of thing that we would be doing. And I guess it's a question of how quickly they readjusted to this semantic bleaching. If it was quick, then yeah. Let me give these numbers. Option 1 makes sense. If it was not quick, option 2 makes sense. And then for 3, it could be the type of thing where you just have agreement. And it would be primarily repetitive agreement, so that you know, basically just as a reminder, you feel like you need to have both. So 3 is a version of 2.
Right.
There's Bible Radio.
Oh man. So option 1 would be if it were done quickly, or was that option 2?
If the reanalysis happened quickly.
Okay.
You know, the reanalysis, the semantic bleaching, that whole. You know,
Right.
give this another shot.
Oh, here we go. David versus the chair, part 3.
Oh,
Well, we.
times I've done this over the years. This stupid thing.
At some point, I'm just waiting for you to lean back so hard you just flip over backwards, and that would be a disaster while we all sit here and try not to laugh and ask if you're okay.
You'd be dying laughing, and I would literally be dead. And then you'd all feel so bad for laughing, and it would be caught on film. They would have to ask, should we show this at the funeral?
Jasmine makes a good point that this fight is better than David versus the internet, because we
It's
all
true.
know who wins.
Kidding.
Okay, so as you're like beating up your chair,
Yeah. Felt like I did it that time. I didn't. Yep.
what are you feeling in terms of how quickly the grammaticalization process would happen?
If it's the word child, right, I just have a feeling it would happen more quickly, because it's hard to not take that as metaphorical. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because, like, the second you apply that outside of sentient beings, there's really no way to take it in a non-metaphorical way.
Right.
And so I think
So that would... Okay, I agree with that.
Oh, I would kick the shit out of Scott Pilgrim. Oh, that made it worse.
David wants to know if you should get off the chair to fix it.
That made it worse. No, it doesn't help.
Oh, man.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, thank god. Okay. Okay. All right.
Do you need a moment to celebrate?
If we hadn't done a Kopiko already, I'd be so ready right now. Okay.
All right, so option 2 then.
No. Option 1.
No, I mean option 1. Sorry.
I mean, that's the way
I was looking at the wrong thing.
That's the way I'm leaning, but I wanted to know how you were thinking about it, and now I'm really self-conscious about this decision because Bibloradian is actually watching. I guess he finished folding his laundry.
You weren't self-conscious about the breaking your chair on TV part, but this decision.
No, because I'm obviously the victim in that situation, and everybody sympathizes with me.
Sure. Oh, I'm getting text messages. Sure.
I mean, everybody can see my text message notifications. I got like 16 waiting for me. Who's texting me?
I don't know, but I'm trying not to look. 'Cause once I look, I'll want to text back. So I'll be good and pay attention for 53 more minutes. But Sarah, if you're out there watching, I see you texted.
Oh, you know who texted. Oh, that makes it even worse.
Yes.
Let me tell you a little story about my cousin Derek. He got a text message very early in the morning one day, and it was a Sunday, and he woke up and he looks at this and it's like, it's so early, and so he just put it down and went back to sleep. But what was being texted to him was his friend saying, "Hey, I have an extra ticket to Game 7 of the 2015 NBA Finals in San Francisco, or in Oakland. So we'll need to get on a plane and go now because it's today. If you text me back, you can go." And it was the Game 7 Finals where the Cavs won the finals against the Warriors, one of the best series and games of all time.
Well, if you're going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and check and make sure I'm not being invited to some trip quite yet. Okay. I'm good. It's something I can wait 53 more minutes to answer. 51. Okay. So, the option you've already got written out. That is it.
Somebody asked what the modern... here, so we'll just write them all out.
Option 3, we have a typo.
Ah! All right, here we go.
You're just having all sorts of issues today. For options 2 and 3, it would actually be voiced. Wait. No, it would be... Sorry, not voiced. It would be ZU. Wait, what is that? I'm trying to remember what the forms are. Never mind. It would just be the U. Okay, never mind. Because we don't give the partitive singular in the dictionary.
Yeah, because it's easy.
Okay.
It's either U or G that gets added.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, based on talking about the grammaticalization angle, I'm not even going to be like voting on sound. It needs to be option 1.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it. It's also the easiest way to do it. So yeah, I think that makes sense. All right, cool. Then these adjectives are going to be like until we get to discussions about comparison.
Clauses, comparatives.
Until we get to that, then for the moment,
you do know that we've already had that discussion, right?
Oh my God, we have, haven't we?
Because there was a whole situation.
Oh my God. Oh, kitty cat. Everyone can hear you. Kitty. Okay.
But yeah, we do then need to figure out how these adjectives would work. I mean, wouldn't we just put the adjective before the noun? Like if we wanted to say the possum is longer than the leaf, wouldn't we just put...
Certainly an option, but we also have the option to have a fossilized comparative form just for adjectives, for true adjectives. We don't need to.
Something...
We don't need to.
What?
We don't need to. We don't have to go that route.
But is that something that your conlanging heart desires?
No, I don't need it for this one. So many things are going to happen in that mouse language. It's okay.
So in case people aren't aware, it's like one of those things where it's like beginning conlangers often have the kitchen sink problem. I feel like the last conlang we create for this series is going to be the kitchen sink. Because it's like all those things you wanted to do and we said no to, this language. All of them.
So
Deer wants a fossilized form, if that makes sense.
That is nice to know, and I thank you for that. But what was I going to say? That cat. I had a very clear vision for the cat language, and then also a good idea for what I was going to do for the mouse language. Not really for the dog one, but now I've got so many ideas for the dog language that I'm excited about all 3 remaining ones. Okay, just give me a second. I have to talk to my cat here. Kitty cat. Kitty. Kitty. Come here, my precious cat. Kitty.
Don't worry, Mateus. This series will never end. There's always more animals.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then, yeah, for right now, no. For right now, here's what I'm going to say. Maybe there will be some suppletive forms.
Okay.
So we'll think about that. Like there could be just a suppletive form for better or something. I don't know. Anyway, but
like very specific adjectives, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I feel like we should add. I'm just going to add a note here. So, why don't you try just going ahead and adding the adjective to the dictionary. It's not going to take any inflection, so.
Okay.
But it'll be the first true adjective. That'll be fun. And then I will add something to the comparison section. When one of these.
Correct.
I'm just going to add okay. Spell it as a small number of true adjectives which are invariant in form and precede the nouns they modify. For the bulk of modification, adjectives such as they are. Okay. I'll leave it at that. And then what are the small number of adjectives is used in a comparative construction. One does the same thing as one would with what would be a good term for these adjectives that are false adjectives but are larger?
The paraphrastic?
Oh, that's delightful. Thank you for that.
You're welcome for that.
Paraphrastic adjectives. There is an example below. And then we will take this. We still have the everything, everyone problem.
Okay, whatever you just did added another page or something.
Oh yeah.
So as I was typing, the page disappeared. It did it again. Swear you're doing that on purpose now. Okay. Also exciting, we now have 2 L words, so we were able to delete the, just placeholder one out of the English side.
If you said goodbye to me tonight. Ooh. Alright. Stop. Plan.
You entered the word for beauty. You never added 1 to the numerical chart for a T word.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Okay. Entered.
Perfect. The only difference is that the adjective stands in its usual place.
I guess I find where you are, see what we're adding.
There we go.
See why you keep screwing up my pages.
I know you really had your heart set on this document having an exact number of pages and not going over that amount.
It's really that I just needed to know exactly what page every piece of information was on, and you've just ruined everything.
Awesome.
Oh, we still need a word for everything, everyone. That'll be exciting at some point.
Yeah, definitely not now. I'm not up for that. I'll tell you what I am up for, though. You want to go back to verbs?
Yeah, are we going to figure out how to enter them in the dictionary?
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be very exciting. Then we can get rid of that list up top, and we can stop accidentally creating the same verb twice because we forget that it's there.
Yes. Okay, so there's our verb tables, and we love them. These go.
Oh, Evan is also reminding us that we didn't actually finish the numbers.
No, we didn't. Also, a quick question. Is the only W that exists in our language a voiceless W?
I think so, but I'm going to go check. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's why we did that. Okay. 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 So we're satisfied with this. Non-finite, imperfect, imperfect. That's fine. And that's fine for the base form of the verb, the kernel of the verb. Now, I mean, eventually we're going to have to get into this larger discussion of how we wanted to do a whole bunch of pre-verbal prefixes, like stuff. We wanted to do a bunch of stuff in front of the verb.
Yes.
Does the prospect still excite you?
I mean, sure, but like I also know that that was really your goal because I know you wanted to have
Different
a lot.
question. Did the prospect ever excite you?
It did until we got very confusing other prefixes. And I'm like, really? But yeah, we can. What did you?
Here, let's come up with a little listlet.
A listlet.
Yeah.
Nice.
We already did these auxiliaries.
Right. So just real quick, Evan had asked the motion and action, and it's that verbs are going to inflect differently depending on whether they would take the auxiliary to do or to go. And so not all verbs will be used in both. In fact, probably very few would have both. Most of them will just have one or the other. We just needed the table to be made to show how the forms would look.
I've taken something from up higher in the document and pasted it directly above our verb tables to remind us of some of the excitement that we hoped to inject into our verbs. And hopefully...
The junkifications?
The Piperian...
Sorry, junkificationisticisms.
Thank you. And they're Piperian. Some people say Piperian. I say Piperian.
And Piper prefers Piperian.
Excellent. So, directional prefixes, manner prefixes, a spectual distinction. We already did that. In fact, let's go ahead and delete that. In fact, we got the verbal auxiliaries too. Let's, so I think that the
Why were they red? Were we just having fun?
No, because we hadn't taken care of them yet. Now they're black.
Oh, okay. So they're red to remind us to look at them.
Yes. And nowhere in here does it actually say applicatives, so we don't necessarily need to do applicatives for this. I mean, we're definitely going to do them in the mouse language.
Okay, some of the other ones up above that are red maybe should not be read anymore then. But also, just as a reminder, one thing you had specifically written was that prefixes need the high central vowel in the protoforms. I think what your goal was specifically for that was to get some crazy consonant clusters going.
Yes, I mean that was the whole point. So, okay, let's start with directional prefixes because I think that's easier to sketch out. Because I was thinking of something like Hawaiian. Maybe also, it was like Hawaiian meets German, you know? Because Hawaiian has these little slots for its verbs, right? You have the verb there, which doesn't have any inflections. It can sometimes come with a passive suffix. But other than that, there's a preverbal slot for the kind of aspectual adverbs or particles or whatever. And sometimes they can come in twos, right? The preverbal slot. And the postverbal slot is often for these directional prefixes, which sometimes do serve the function of absolute direction, but sometimes also serve a kind of derivational function because that's what they become, you know? And they have the directional prefixes, or they're not prefixes, the directional particles are things like, you know, towards the water, towards the center of the island, up, down, and so on. So think about motion here. What's a good motion verb that we have?
Well, I mean, like we have climb.
We do have climb. Do we have anything more generic?
We have a whole list of verbs that should be copied down here, because this is where we ran into problems earlier. Pages is being jumpy today. Just a second. I'm finding our whole list if it will let me. Okay.
You're talking about negation. We haven't done that.
All right. So some of them were right above it, but some of these will be repeated.
Thanks. That'll help.
Order and to stand. We have stand down there, right? Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to delete those. Okay.
Wow, so, Jasmine, you're pulling something out from
options.
The ancient days. Can you please remind me what on earth those are?
What are, sorry?
Velocitous prefixes?
Oh.
Sorry. Does that ruin it?
Does what ruin it?
The extra line I just added. Here.
I mean, it splits up a table.
Hold on a sec. I want to see what we're talking about here. Well, this is a good list to start with. So this is all a bit too much, obviously. This is an old language of mine that is, not good. Velocitous, used to indicate quick, deliberate action, erratic, cautious, okay, something like that makes sense. This could be more manner stuff. This is probably too much. These were the old days where it's just like, oh, I want a prefix, just come up with it, and that's it. I like this. Non-specific motion. How delightful. A Mickey Mouse. Is there a Mickey here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not from my point of view.
On my shirt? No, it says family reunion.
Oh, it says your cursor.
Really? No.
That's not what I'm seeing. Huh. Okay, so we were very confused though. So you had said these are more like manner modifications.
Some of them are manner, but let's stick with the directional ones and see what makes sense. So these are just suggestions. So here, up, down. No, we can do this without the hyphens. Sorry, up, down. Left and right doesn't make sense.
In and out.
I wasn't thinking in and out, but I'm going to write that down because yes, that could be very, very useful. And I'm going to make this suggestion. I don't know quite how to capture it, but towards the cave entrance versus further into the cave. Let me pull this up, see what I had. So yeah, obviously these cardinal directions, no. This is just motion towards something in general and away from something.
All right, so some other suggestions coming from comment. We have across, to and fro, around, right way up, upside down.
Can Biblioridian, can I ask for some more information on that? Are they essentially incorporated adverbial objects? In other words, so it's like you add the prefix and it means like he went here versus like he went there. Is that what's going on? I'll wait for the reply. I suppose around could be, we can throw it down as a suggestion. We're just brainstorming here. I will
Well, there's more, 'cause there's under, on, through, away, apart.
Toward, away from. Under and over, those are suggestions. Venon is about to give us a list. Yeah. That's of course what Latin did. Latin could take pretty much any prefix, any preposition, and add it as a prefix to the verb.
I mean, that's essentially
Okay, so here we
separable
go.
prefixes for German too.
Yeah, we have these prefixes from Russian are out, in, away, towards, on, from, the inside of, apart, around, up to, up, down.
And then do you see Biblioridian's comment?
Yes.
That they're basically translocative or cislocative with the location of the speaker as the referent?
And by cislocative, do we mean, for example, that like, what would be a good example? I don't know, like if you had something like here jump, let's say, would it mean that, is this key sticky?
I would think it would mean it's in the same location.
This key is sticky.
Well, shouldn't have eaten a cookie right before you were typing.
Like it's an actual like mechanical malfunction. What the hell?
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
He jumped to here from somewhere else.
And I saw what you did to your chair when it didn't work, so I'm worried about your keyboard.
Getting frustrated. All right. Okay. Or, so does it mean that, or does it mean he jumped while being here? And he's been here for some time. Which one of those two does it mean, Biblioridian? Just out of curiosity. Or did it mean both? Was that the implication that it could mean either and just context helped you determine? Okay, yeah. Okay, let's add those then. Those are good ideas. Here, there.
Does it matter that we've already used there for aspect?
Maybe. So let's put some asterisks next to these two. We used both here and there, I believe.
No, we ended up only using
there. Okay.
And that's where the R forms came from for the perfect.
Okay. Right, because we didn't need to use both because we had a bare form that we could just use. Right. Got it. Okay. But yeah, nevertheless, we'll just think about that. This was 1, 2 off of. Okay. Now, in my mind, these should probably come from adverbs, not postpositions, because the postpositions themselves come from verbs. Um, and so it makes the most sense to me for these things to either be base adverbs or base nouns that have been used as adverbs.
I almost think they need to be nouns, and here's why. Because if we have them be adverbs, we then need to explain why there, which is directional adverby, is a suffix to another verb that is an auxiliary, which is a suffix on the main verb.
Well, that's if we use here and there, A, and B. Adverbs can come in different places in the phrase. So I was just thinking that in this case, also the sentence final spot is always there for something, like a copy pronoun, or just drop in an adverb there. So I thought it would be okay, but it wouldn't preclude using a pre-verbal adverb, which I kind of thought as the natural adverb slot. Did I ever say that?
Did you ever say that? No.
I'm sorry. I had thought of the pre-verbal slot as the natural adverb slot for this language, and I should have said that. But nevertheless, I don't think that we still don't necessarily need these here and there. However, I do think that we should have these. I think that should be where we should start, up and down. I think it's the easiest. These two are very attractive as well. I mean, lots of them are good. The question is, where do we start? And at the ones that we start at, are we going to start with an adverb or are we going to start with a noun?
All good questions. So are you saying that for some of these, then they'll come from different sources? Some will be from adverb sources and some will be from noun sources? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the idea was that the ones that came from noun sources is that they would be adverbs, right? They just would have started their lives as nouns. However, if they're just nouns, then that raises the question, well, why isn't there simply, noun incorporation?
Right. But if there were the possibility of noun incorporation, then that would open the door for more compoundy verb forms that you wouldn't necessarily expect, except for the fact that, hey, look, we can do this.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think for a lot of what we have here, it makes sense to have adverbs.
Yeah, but even with up and down.
Like actual adverbs, not nouns becoming adverbs becoming.
Even with up and down, though, you could have top and bottom. Like the top or bottom of something. And it's a noun. But we could also just say they're distinct.
So Miles says cave lends itself to be derived from nouns, up and down adverbial. I mean, I don't know, we just need to make a decision.
Yeah, it kind of comes down to that. I don't think anybody would fault us for having a base adverb for up and down.
Wait, also...
When I say anybody, I mean Floridian.
What'd you say?
Sorry, no, go. No, you had the more important thing. Mine was just a joke. Okay.
Not necessarily more important. I'm just saying, we have 20 minutes left. And so if there's a big decision that we need to make but aren't ready to make it, a poll needs to happen. So
true enough.
If some of these are things that could wait until next week, we could definitely have people vote on it.
Yeah. Hmm.
But we still, I mean, along with this, we haven't talked about manner prefixes yet, or negation, or
Yeah.
other things that could definitely be votable things to prepare for future decisions.
This is kind of a bummer because the way I was thinking of negation, it would probably make more sense for it to be a suffix than a prefix. But that's all right. There are tons of different ways to do negation. We can find a way to make it a prefix. Okay.
Oh, and Vinin wants us to polify this, so. Polify.
Can you think of a way to turn this into a poll?
Yes, but it would maybe not be as satisfying as some people would want, because there's no way to make it super specific, because we still have to decide which relationships we're going to have, which directions. But I would see like potentially 3 options. All or most all are exclusively from adverbs. All are exclusively from nouns that have become adverbed over time and are now there, which could open up the door for noun incorporation in general. Or option 3 is some are adverbs and some are nouns that have become adverbs.
It would be nice to have that be a poll, but I agree it doesn't sound as exciting.
And really the only reason I say it's not as exciting is that like you can't make it because we haven't decided on all the relationships, so it's not like you can say I want this one to be from a noun source or I want this one from an adverb source.
Yeah.
So. Vinin is asking if they could vote on which ones to have in the language. And the only problem there is I don't think they allow you to vote for more than one option in the polls. So it's like there's really no way to just like give a list and be like, vote for all the ones you want.
No, actually you can. Yeah. That would be an interesting experiment. I would be somewhat afraid of the results.
Right. Well, and there also has to be like a cutoff.
It would be. We
would say like how many votes does it need before it's included.
Yeah. Could be kind of fun.
Miles says, how about a poll to vote what the poll is?
A YouTube poll to decide the Patreon poll.
So I mean, I didn't mean to derail the conversation to the point where we spend like 5 of our last 20 minutes talking about the poll, but it is something that we need to figure out. So.
Well, let's keep brainstorming here, and I think let's give it a try. It could be fun. We might have to put some of them in, make the option like the pair of them, so that we don't end up with like 5 where it's like down, out, toward, around, under, there, and like those are the only ones.
Like up, down is one option.
Yeah.
In, out is another. Yeah.
So maybe we can brainstorm a couple more though. So I cannot remember who listed the Russian prefixes, but a part really intrigued me. Can you give me some pairs, some Russian verb pairs that have, nothing and then the apart prefix on them? I don't even know which one that's going to be.
So it was Vinin who listed them?
Okay. So the Russian prefix, we have like, we have na, we have po, we have, oh boy. Oh boy, my Russian is going for me, isn't it?
Did you want to include a cross?
Pause. Oh, I'm sorry, not pause, roz. My apologies. Roschoditz, what's that mean? Because I don't know that one. I will write a cross down. Roschoditz. Not helping here. What do these mean? What do these mean?
I'm just going to throw through on there too in case you want it.
It's a blank of a crowd.
Oh, they were together and then dispersed.
Oh.
Like, so a crowd.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I understand now. Oh my goodness.
It's 3 comments for one message.
Okay. Apart, dispersal, movement away. You know what? You know what I'm doing?
Gathering.
I don't even know if I was unconsciously doing this, but I know exactly what I was doing. We're gonna go somewhere. We're going to go to Fiat Lingua, and we are going to go to Sylvia Sotomayor, and we are going to look at Sodna Lenny, language of motion. I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind if you've never seen it. If you haven't, you need to go read this. So, I'm just going to write the front here. This is her glossary. Sylvia was creating this language that had a fixed number of verbs, and these were they. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 verbs, and these were their meanings. So, just very basic, like, motion meanings. This one means, like, lying down. This one means standing up. This one means things moving apart that way. This one means moving apart in all directions. That would be like roz. This would be coming together from all directions, passing a point, moving to a point, moving away from a point. This is like standing, and this is like being a small thing sitting. This is just general motion. And this is motion to a specific area. And she derived every single verb in the entire language from that. Every single one. And it was the most brilliant thing that I've ever seen. And then she changed it, and then changed it, and then changed it, and then changed it again. But this one still absolutely grabs me. So we could use this as an idea here. And like, by the way, the example like she gave for this was like, this is what she would use for like being warmed by the sun. This one she would use for the sun shining. It's just...
That's awesome.
Yeah. Really good. Okay, so yeah, I get this now. All right. And then...
So did you want to add then to gather or movement to come together? Movement
inward. What's the opposite of disperse? Congregate? That doesn't sound as good. Like, you know, disperse is like this, whereas congregate, it sounds like... you know,
right?
Right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know if there's a specific verb. Oh, Logan's saying assemble.
Gather. Oh boy. Gather, assemble,
merge.
Oh, I just created a word and it's not. Oh no.
Nothing is underlined in red though.
No, but that's because I turned off autocorrect.
Right. So that's why it doesn't care. Oh, convene or cluster, coalesce. Are any of these what you were hoping for?
Convene, coalesce. They're getting closer.
Miles is asking, could there be a lack of motion, like a stagnation prefix?
That's not a bad idea.
Tyvadir says accrete with 2 C's. I don't know that one.
I don't either. I'm going to write that down so I remember to look it up one day.
I'm looking it up right now. It's to grow by accumulation or coalescence. So it's like ice that gets bigger like for a stalactite kind of situation.
I feel like the direction of movement comes from inside, though, as opposed to, you know? But yeah, stagnation, stalling.
That is a good word, Tabadir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, and Logan says it's what hailstones do.
Oh. Oh, spaghetti coat. This is a good list, I think.
I think so too.
I wanted to add passing, because that might be useful.
We already had a round. I always liked that there was, like, in Greek,
Both.
There was the preposition that specifically meant, like, out from under. Like, it's not just out, it's like out from under.
Which one is that?
I don't remember. I just remember finding that awesome.
That is cool.
I don't know. It'll probably take me longer than I would hope.
Oh, that's funny. Srod. Oh my. Against. No, I think that's more. Yeah, and the reason why I was actually thinking about not doing stagnation was because that was more manner than motion. I was trying to keep this focused on motion, but I get why you would say that with motion. I'll think about it, because ultimately I'm going to be the one that's putting up this poll, so then I'll like add some terrible option that will win.
I feel like maybe we should have a discussion before you do that. Like what you want to post, discuss, and then I
hear you, and I have an idea for it. At the end, when I put the post, I will say that you wrote it.
I disagree.
And then I'll just, be like, oh, those darn Jeshans voting for her capriciousness.
There's one somebody said, what about against?
No. Okay, Towers of Blood. Here's the thing. Like, technically it's supposed to have HTTPS turned on, but it's not working. So you have to go to http://. It cannot be HTTPS. Otherwise, it just looks like it's a completely broken website. And it really annoys me, and I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's with the host, or if it's with something in the code, or if it's with something with WordPress. My bad. We're trying to fix it somehow. And by me, it's me sending an email to whoever is on officers at LCS, and then they just ignored it. So, anyway. That's actually an idea.
Time of year says to put them in the order of weirdness. So the point at which one is below the threshold, all the ones before it get included. No. Because I worry about what David would put on that's weird, and we would be stuck with every single one of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
like
it's that laugh. If y'all hear the laugh, like that's the laugh I'm very concerned about.
Carefully stepping over the whole of a warren.
Would that be the avoidance direction?
Yeah, that would be the aversive. And don't worry, that's getting fixed. That's been bugging me for a long time in the art of language invention. It's getting fixed.
Oh, Mite says make sure the certificate is correct.
Yeah, I know, but like, there's a different error you get if it's an incorrect certificate. Like, you try to go to that HTTPS website, it looks like there's no website there, or like your internet is turned off. It is really messed up. If you want to try to see if you can give me some further suggestions of things to do, like, by all means, because it's been annoying me.
David asks between, and Jasmine says, can these forms stack?
Oh, yeah. So now you're asking the big question. So, between feels a little, I'm going to write it down here, but I might not include it. It seems a little bit too on the nose. Can the forms stack? I am going to say no. And this is why. Because if you go down that path, pretty soon you end up with the problem that a lot of kitchen sink conlangs, like, fall into. Which is like, they're saying like, well, I guess that these should stack, but then not these. And it's like, well, but unless you do this, and then it becomes this weird, complex thing. And suddenly every single word in the language is just an agglutinative mess. No. We're not doing that. It's
so what about like with German, how you can have like ausgehen, but then hinausgehen, and
wait,
which you can.
Did you say ausgehen and nausgehen?
I'm making sure this is a word.
Okay.
Because I swear it is. Before I say it. Yes. So hinausgehen. So it's like ausgehen and hinausgehen.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
But like you can't just do that with all forms. It's got to be like.
Yeah, there's a little order to it.
Only certain.
There's a little order to it, and it's very darling, and it's one of the things that makes German cute. But no, not for this.
I just wanted to point out that like it doesn't have to be kitchen sink-ish if you have.
We have other
something to stop it.
We have other fish to string on this lantern line. Okay, we'll get there. We don't need to do that with this. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, you could say that technically you could do that with Hawaiian too, because some of those ideas could be combined, and then you just have a whole like big million of them. There we go. That's I'm giving this away free. The name of a new reality show / game show, The Biggest Million. You're guessing like which one of each little like house has a million of something in it, and you're trying to guess which one has the million of the best thing. And it's so like,
nice.
Of course, you like this guy chooses one, he opens up the door, and it's just got a million ants in it. No.
Do you know? Okay, so I happen to think German's beautiful instead of cute, but that's okay. So when I was in the 4th grade,
Der Keks, Jesse. Der Keks with his little top hat. Sorry, when you were in the 4th grade.
When I was in the 4th grade, they like the teachers wanted students to be able to visualize what a million of something looked like. So they had to think of something that we could collect that we could eventually have a million of them to see. And so they decided on the tabs from the tops of a soda can. Paying attention? Because it's about to get epic.
Okay.
So kids from all over town would be collecting the tabs off the top of soda cans, right?
Yeah.
Except it took 4 years for kids from all over town to keep collecting soda tabs for the million to finally happen. So we drank a million sodas and beers somewhere in between there because, parents. But it was like it kept going. So every 4th grade class would keep doing it. My mom was a 4th grade teacher, so we kept collecting every single tab from every single soda or beer that was drunk at our house.
Mm-hmm.
For like 4 years. And then there were a million. And it ran in the newspaper, a story with a picture of the million.
And did you arrange them like a fish so that it looked like a fish?
Why would the fish come in? You just dump them, and that's a million.
Nice. Where did you dump them?
I didn't dump them. They did, and they took a picture. I was in 8th grade by then.
Do you still have the picture?
Somewhere.
Post it on Patreon. We got to see it. Okay, sorry. So the thing that I was distracted by was Alistair Lynn thinks he's found the problem, at least.
Oh, that's exciting.
Instead, it redirects you to the HTTPS version if you connect. Oh no! Which is an implement. Oh my. Okay. Can help with the Apache comp to fix it if that would be useful. Unless it's something that I've written directly into the htaccess file, which I might have, which would be a really stupid thing to do, but it's something that, I don't know, I thought like, this way it'll, okay. I might have caused the problem. I might be able to fix it. We will see. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, but
fingers crossed.
Okay, but what was it? Indeed, happy Chinese.
Oh,
happy Lunar New Year. What? Yes. Go ahead.
Did you have anything else, David, before I try talking? Saying so innocently. Nice. No, I was just saying that, now that we're at the end, I think we have enough options for you to, it's very precious. I think we have enough options for you to create a good poll without needing to dig into the realms of Davidness as you create options.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have enough to create a poll for the patrons.
Good. Should be a one character fix in an Apache config file for someone. Okay.
Oh, the taste. Yes, it's Davidosity.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, since we're talking about Lunar New Year, we were born in the year of the rooster. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's my Armenian grandmother used to say, the year of the Choros.
Nice.
All right.
Let's have 24 options.
Two. Go ahead, read the rest of the comment.
To match the base of the language.
That's right.
Which it's not. We only need 6 options.
Base 24.
It's already lost. Sorry, it's done. Ooh, sassafracity. Yes. Dividity. That's nice too.
That reminds me of that Police song. You ever heard that song, Synchronicity? Like, it's really good. Well, actually, there's Synchronicity 1 and 2. I'm in Synchronicity 1. They're both good. But the first one, I was like, hey, listen to that. They're trying to do something, something a little different. And I was like, all right. And they pulled it off. It's good.
I love, though, how you just drop song titles like I actually remember them.
I mean, it was a big release for the Police, Synchronicity, right?
Okay.
It's the type of thing that got played on the radio, Like, the Police were biggish, right? They're, like, kind of in that, like, Tom Petty level of fame,
I mean, sure, but that doesn't mean I remember titles.
They say the word synchronicity a lot in the song. It's the one that it sounds like a minimalist composition. Anyway.
And no, David, he has not told me that the bass has changed, giving him the stink eye as I say that.
I mean, there's base 6 in there if you only count 2 6.
And that's all they'll ever count to.
Okay.
All right. So it is past whatever time it is on Pacific.
Wow, look at that. If we did do base 24, Ragdoll's birthday would be on February 11th. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, and Ragdoll, have no fear. I have your birthday noted down for a shout out, and that will be coming. Wait, it'll actually be on a Thursday. So you'll get your shout out on an actual Thursday during live stream. And like I said, I've actually got it written down so I don't forget. And so just know it's coming.
That's actually really sad. The idea that they do have a base 24 system and they know they have it, but they can't count past 6. They keep trying. They want to know what those numbers are, but they just can't get there.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, those are the only
I
Tom
like
Petty
that,
songs you
Jasmine.
know? I challenge that. I challenge that anime fan. You're telling me right now that you do not know Free Fallin'?
Oh, nice.
Everybody
Okay.
knows Free Fallin'.
Stop for a second. Everybody stop.
Yes.
Tybadir's birthday is in 4 days.
Mm.
So, happy birthday. Yay!
Yeah.
I'm adding that to my notes.
I didn't have a follow up. I'm still thinking about Tom Petty. I'm waiting, anime fan. You know Free Fallin'. Get out of here with that.
This is Tybadir. So that way next February 15th-ish, I remember to do a shout out again.
I thought you would just were like all ready with like, and of course next February 15th is going to be on a Thursday. I'm like,
It actually will not be. I regret to inform you. It will be on the 10th. Will be a Thursday.
got it. Okay. And anime fan did remember Free Fallin', but yeah, Tom Petty's got some good stuff. Like he's a good guy. I really like Tom Petty.
You said it was in 4 days, Tybadir, so I did the 15th, but it's apparently the 16th.
Because
it's already the 12th where you are?
Ah. Dang.
Maybe?
February 16th.
Anyway, and in Germany it's bad luck to wish an early birthday, so that's unfortunate. I hope it's not bad luck to you, Tybadir. I'm very sorry, I should have known to ask that.
Right.
Australia is in the future. Yes. Yes. Okay, well, I have correctly updated your birthday.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I had a birthday earlier. 40th year in a row. It's crazy.
No one cares.
Too bad, Cupcake Parade, because we are all only talking about the police now. Like their early stuff. Remember that song, So Lonely? Pops. That's a good one. All right. Should we do something else?
Make sure everybody has a good week.
That's right. Have a good week, everybody. And what state? If it's something good, California. If it's not, one of those other ones. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. All right. So yes, right. We're going. So, bye. Thank you for being here. What do we say?
We say stay grammar.
Right.
And we hope you have a really good week, and we can't wait to see you next Thursday.
That's what we do. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And